Studio. What is up, guys? Welcome to the first video of 2026. Hope you had a great new year. I know it's starting off a little late. I was hoping to get this out a few weeks ago, but all good. We're coming in now. Hopefully in a few weeks I'll get to do the collection tour and give you just a look at what I've got since my last one. But yeah, before we get into the figure, let's check out the box art. Alright, so as we take a look at the box, so we have our artwork of Soundwave, Laserbeak, Ravage, and Buzzsaw here, and then our normal stuff on the side, and then Transformers Studio series on here. And on the other side, we have just the rest of the image on the front there, and on the back we have the description, and then image of Soundwave from the '86 movie. And here we have Soundwave in his robot and cassette player mode. Then we have Buzzsaw, Laserbeak, and Ravage in their cassette and bot modes. And on the other side we have another picture of Soundwave here. So yeah, that's it for the box art. So without further ado, let's start getting into the figures. Okay, to start this off, we're gonna start with the cassettes. So they're in their bot mode, and then after I show Soundwave's transformation, we get into the transformation of these guys. But I mean, I think they look good, except Ravage. I don't like him the best, but we'll get into that in just a second. The color, the details, pretty good for an '86 figure. I mean, the articulation, the head can move up and down, the neck moves back and forwards. The wings can go down like that, and they can go forwards like that. I don't know what you would use that for in the figure, but yeah, that's about it for the articulation, and it's the same for Buzzsaw as it is Laserbeak. So we'll set these two back, take a look at Ravage. Now, I don't have none of the original cassette tapes from Siege, more for Cybertron than anything, so I don't have nothing to compare these two. But from what the images that I've seen of the original Ravage, it looks a lot better than this. Yeah, and the old cassette tape modes look a lot better than these two, but we'll get into that later. So the articulation for Ravage, the legs can go up and down, and the bottom of the leg go forwards and backwards. The head cannot do nothing. The jaw can't even open. The back legs can just move at the bottom here, and it could do this, which isn't really useful for anything. So yeah, that's it for the cassettes. So now let's get into Soundwave. Okay, before we get into the figure, we're gonna check out his accessories real quick. So the first one, he has his over-the-shoulder cannon. Details pretty good considering it's a G1 figure. You have the little missile pods in here that you can actually see they're sticking up. So I really like that. Yes, real nice. It goes on top of his shoulder, which I'll get into that in just a moment. And then here we have his handheld blaster, which is very detailed. I think it's the same mold as this one almost, just a little different. But yeah, this can go in for transformation mode, like that, just to stow it away. But yeah, that's it for his accessories. So now let's move on to the figure. Alright, here we have Soundwave. So now we're going to start with the details, and then we'll move on just like we normally do. So here for the head sculpt, I mean, nothing real major on it. Of course, it is a G1 figure, so it's not going to have no Bayverse detailing on it, but still looks amazing. We'll move down here to the chest area. Nice big Decepticon logo here, and the yellow around the cassette deck. And if you want to push this button here, it opens the cassette deck. Inside there, I don't know if you can see that very good, there's quite a few details on the cassette deck. Looks very nice. So we'll close that back there and move on to the arms. I mean, like I said, G1 figure, so it's not gonna have like a bunch of detailing, but for this it looks very good. Very nice details on the whole thing. Here we have the cassette buttons here. Looks very good in my opinion. Down on the legs, there's a few details here and there. Onto the bottom of the legs is where the details get really good. You got this nice silver paint here for the legs. You have the yellow paint here on the knees of Soundwave, and the feet are a nice silver color. Turn it to the back. Not much to talk about on the back, except up here on the backpack, which is not that bad in my opinion, and it actually looks pretty good. There's quite a bit of surface detailing around the back here and there, and on the back here. And then down here at the butt flap, has the cassette tape buttons for cassette player mode. But yeah, that's about it for the details. So now, in normal review fashion, let's get into the articulation. Starting off with the head, it's on a ball joint, so it can look up, down, tilt side to side, look left to right. Then we move on to the shoulders here, and go out to the side, spin all the way around. The biceps can swivel. The elbow can bend to a very good amount, way past 90. And it snaps, so it ain't that loose. And this actually has hand articulation, unlike Devastator. But, Devastator has the hand articulation. The individual Constructicons don't. But yeah, the hand can swivel back and forth and open and close, just like that. The waist can swivel back and forth. The skirt flaps can move out of the way, so can the butt flap to get for a greater range of motion from the legs. Kick up that far and kick back that far. The thigh can swivel, leg can go out that far, knee can bend to 90. The foot can swivel and bend. So that's it for Oh no, I forgot one of the main articulation points of this Soundwave. Now, to make him be able to reach the button like he does in the show a lot, all you gotta do is bring this out like that. He has butterfly joints, basically, and they can go backwards too for transformation, of course. But you bend all the way at the bicep, and he can actually reach his cassette button to open the cassette player like he does in the show. So yeah, that's it for the articulation. So now let's get into some robot mode comparisons. Alright, getting into the robot mode comparisons. Here we have 86 Soundwave next to the Bumblebee movie Soundwave. And I cannot say this enough, the Bumblebee movie perfectly portrayed G1 into live action. Look how awesome that looks. Like, it's got the realistic look with the same looks as the G1, and I absolutely love it. Now here we have Bayverse Soundwave, his arch nemesis Blaster, 86 Megatron, 86 Optimus Prime, and last but not least, the 86 Bumblebee. Alright, now let's get into the transformation. So what you're going to do first is make sure you remove the shoulder cannon. Just lay it off to the side for now. So first thing you're going to do, take the arms right here. You're going to grab here, and pull at the hand, pull it down. Flip the hand back into this cavity there, and snap it into place. And fold the arm back down, and snap the arm into place just like that. Now you're going to do the same thing for the opposite side. Grab here, pull down here, flip the hand back into this cavity, and snap it into place, and just straighten the arm back out. Then you're going to come up to the head, and flip it all the way around, like so. Now you're going to come to the back, untab these panels here, pull them all the way to the back, just like so. Bring it down, and flip the head backwards. Then you're going to close it up, just like so. So now what you're going to do, real quick, we'll take the shoulder cannon, and we're going to peg it into this tab right here. So just like, hold on a minute. Let's see. Just like that. Then you're going to take his handheld blaster here and tab it into this opposite side, just right there, just like so. Then flip these tabs back over like that. So now we're going to come down to the bottom here. Let's fold the arms up just like that. Turn at the waist, flip the butt flap up, and open up these panels here, just like that. Come down to the legs, flip out this panel here, flip out this panel here. Turn the foot all the way around and flip it up into this. And this little right here, flap right here, we're gonna flip it out, just like so. So now you're gonna do the same on the opposite side. Flip this flap out, do the same thing for the bottom one. Flip the foot all the way around, push it in, and flip out this little flap right there. Then that's it for the legs. So now, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take the arms, straighten them out just like so. Hold on, let me fix. Okay, actually we have one more step on the legs that I forgot about. You're gonna take these flaps here and push them back down on both sides, just like that. So now we're gonna come up to the arms. We're gonna untab that right there, flip it all the way to the back, just like so. Do the same thing for the opposite side, just like that. And we're gonna take the leg, we're gonna spin it around and bring it up, just like so. Do the same thing on the opposite side, spin it around and bring it up. So now what you are gonna do, you're gonna fold this down just like that. Slowly do the same thing for the opposite side, just like this right here, till they're lined up with these tabs here. So now we're gonna flip that down into place and then tab these into place just like that. Move to the back, and these tabs right here are gonna tab into these little slots. So bring that down just like so. The same thing for the opposite side, and here we are. Okay, so here we have the cassette tapes. Now we're gonna start with Laserbeak, and we'll move that way. So first off, you're gonna untab these, just like so. And those just stay to the side. So now you're gonna take the head, flip it up, and fold it back, just like that. Take the wings, fold them both forward, just like so. Flare out the feet, and close down the wings right here. And there's Laserbeak's cassette tape mode. Same thing for Buzzsaw. Remove that piece there. Flip this piece up, fold it down. Come down here, fold the wings forward, fold the feet out, and bring the tips of the wings down. That's Buzzsaw's cassette tape mode. Now Ravage it's a little complicated, so you gotta remove the tail and blasters from his rear here. They go into that tab right there. It's real snug. So now what you're gonna do, you're gonna take this piece here, gonna flip it all the way around just like so. Straighten the legs out there. So now we're gonna move these legs down just like that. Take the face and split right down the middle, just like so. Just like that. And now you're gonna come down to the back legs, gonna bring them out to the side and fold them in just like so. Make sure everything's all tabbed together, and there's Ravage's cassette tape mode. Not the prettiest, definitely not the best, but they work. So now let's get into the cassette tape mode. So now, checking out the details on the cassette player. Of course, we have the button here that can open and close the cassette deck. And you have your buttons here, and this real nice silver along the way the legs are on the right and left sides. And then when you come to the side, that's when it gets a little, not the best cassette tape player. But, I mean, it works. From the front, it looks amazing. And then just to get an idea of what the cassette's in him, we'll open up the button there and take this. Now you have to be sure to do this correctly. You have to take the cassette and make sure these are facing down. If you want them to fit in right, just like that. And then it folds up just like so. Do the same for the other. Make sure those ends are down. Push it in, just like so. And the same thing for Ravage. Now this is a little different. You want to make sure that these legs are up like that. Make it fit in just right. And there we go. So that is 86 Soundwave in his cassette tape mode, or cassette player mode. So now we're going to get into the size comparison. The only other like him that I have. So this is going to be the only comparison that I do, just because he is the only other cassette-like figure that I have. But yeah, here's 86 Blaster and 86 Soundwave, which they pair very well together, especially in robot mode. Really enjoy these two. But yeah, that's them together. Alright guys, that is it for my review of 86 Soundwave. Honestly, a 10 out of 10 figure. Cannot wait for more of the 86 figures coming out this year. Yeah, I have quite a few more reviews to get to, so make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Till all are one. Peace out.
Balance the motion, balance the motion, balance the motion, see you.